Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Apocalyptic Gardening. It is July 28th, about 9 a.m., and the current temperature is about 67 degrees, which is perfect. It feels amazing this morning. It will get hot today into the low 90s, and I have a big job ahead of me. In the underground greenhouse today, I'm going to remove a bunch of the plants that are done producing for the year and dying. So I'm going to show you what it looks like now, and then I'll show you again after I remove everything what it looks like. And then when we're done, we're going to walk over here into the garden area, and I'm going to show you what's going on in the garden as well. So raspberry plants have been producing like crazy, getting tons of raspberries. And here's a picture real quick I'll show you of our harvest from just yesterday. So now we're gonna head to the underground greenhouse. Okay, stepping inside, you can see quite a mess as things have really started to grow. We'll get a close-up of everything. Right now inside, you can see it's just over 80 degrees. So it's warmer inside than it is outside. So right here, you can see the pepper plants have not started to produce yet. Let's move along this way. You can also see right here, that's our spaghetti squash. It is dying, so I'm gonna remove that today. Well, I might let this one stay a little longer because I have two spaghetti squashes that look like they're not quite done yet, but the spaghetti squash plant right here is coming out. And also, you can see here, the cucumbers never quite made it. They got really close. So I'm gonna be removing that today as well. We just harvested a bunch of cherry tomatoes. You can see there's still some on there going. And if we look over at the large tomato plants here, you can see there are some tomatoes growing right in there. And let's check out the citrus trees. Behind me here, we have my crooked little lime tree, and you can see this did not produce this year, but it is growing, and I probably need to come in and top that right there. Also, let's look over here at the lilikoi plants. You can see they are growing really well, going right up the wall there. So I'm probably gonna move those into the garden area where they'll get watered better. And you can see here, we've had caterpillars that have just been in there destroying those plants. So I'll be removing those today as well. Okay, back to the citrus trees. If you come back over here real quick, you can see the lemon tree. Once again, this tree has been growing really well, and you can see it's gotten really tall there. I'm actually gonna probably top that as well and keep this a healthy height. And then our orange tree right here, you can see right here, we've got some little oranges about, oh, they're pretty tiny. Look at that. And got another one right here and another one back there. So I don't know if they're gonna become full oranges in time without me adding heat in here. Okay, then if you look at the grapefruit tree, you can see we've got some big, beautiful grapefruits. So I believe these will make it, you know, before it turns too cold. We got a nice big one right down here. So we've got a lot of grapefruits going on here. We got one back over there, you can see it. So this tree is looking really good. And then we have my favorite orange tree over here. And same thing, we've got a couple of oranges. You can see right up here, got a couple of nice big oranges growing there. You got some more back over here. So once again, I'm hoping the season will be long enough that these can actually produce. And then last but not least, we have the avocado tree right here. And you can see that one seems to be growing really healthy. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna get in here and get rid of the plants that we don't need. Okay, so got rid of these two guys. Got my garbage can outside. I'm just seeing if I can catch any of the bad guys in here, but I am not seeing any of the caterpillars. But I have removed multiple caterpillars from this plant. Okay, and I'm also gonna remove this strawberry tower. It hasn't done anything. Honestly, it's embarrassing. Okay, I was trimming some bushes, and this is exactly what you like to see. A lot of bad bugs that can get into the greenhouse, but this is one of the good ones. Come here, buddy. Yeah, that's a praying mantis, and we're just gonna put him on the tomato plants. There we go. Okay, so I've got one pile of stuff I'll be removing right here, and you can see another large pile right there. And the advantage to this is that I can now see inside my greenhouse. You can see that I moved one lily koi plant right over here into this spot where it will get watered. And then this tomato plant, I stretched the vines over to the other area where the spaghetti squash was. And then you can see how nice and open this area looks now. I removed a bunch of the dead branches from this one, or dead stalks. And then I moved one of the lily koi plants into this section here. So hopefully that does well there. Also, I don't know if I showed you this earlier, I've put a tiny little pine tree in here. So we'll keep an eye on that. Okay, so I'm gonna hurry up and throw away all this garbage here behind me, and then I'll show you the garden. So if you look behind me, you'll see the 3 citrus trees, the orange, the lemon, and the lime tree. And you'll notice that I have topped them. And I gotta tell you something, man. The smell, especially of the lime trees when I first cut them, it is amazing. It might honestly be my favorite smell in the world. I wish there was some way on YouTube for me to transfer the smell of this lime tree to you, but I can't, I'm sorry. Okay, now let's go check out the garden. Okay, so you can see here in box 1, this is all lettuce here. You can see that it is starting to go to seed. I need to pull these out. I might leave one because I would like the seeds there for next year. And then over here, I'm growing there and there. So those are looking good. There's a bigger one growing back in there. The tomato plants, you can see, we're starting to get little tomatoes on there. Though none on the other plant yet. And then I actually haven't even looked at these plants. So let's see if we've got anything growing in here. That plant, I don't know if I've ever seen one so thick, but I'm not seeing any vegetables grow yet, except for right down there. So there you go. Okay, looking at box number 2, you can see the carrots are getting really big and there's some weeds growing in there. So I need to pull the weeds. You can see here, got plenty of rhubarb. Should have pulled that a long time ago, and more carrots ready to go. Okay, and box number 4 is a huge surprise because if you remember right, I planted all of these late in the season. You can see every plant in here is doing really, really well so far. And if we look in here, it looks like we've got something that's ready to be picked here. Yeah, that's nice and big. And then over here, we have the same thing. If you look down in here, we've got 2 nice big vegetables growing in there. So out here in the garden, things are looking great. If you look right here behind me, you can see the raspberry plants. They're getting nice and big. This is the blackberry right here behind me. You can see we're getting some little blackberries growing in there. So far it's been a good year in the garden, expecting things to continue. Anyways, that's it for today's show. Please, if you enjoyed this show, give me a thumbs up. If you want to follow the progress of my garden and my underground greenhouse, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below and ring that little bell to be notified each time I post new videos. Once again, thanks for watching, and I'm out of here.